Happy Halloween, first off. Second off, yes, I have been slacking. But here's a video, and it's good to talk to you guys again. And I got back and talked with a few of you this morning. Sorry if I didn't have time for everybody, but I'm trying to make that time. Anyway, you guys ever heard that term or that phrase, that saying that says, be kind to everyone you meet, for everybody is fighting a battle that you know nothing about? Isn't that true? That's really true. Like everybody's dealing with stuff, man. Everybody's dealing with heavy stuff a lot of times. And yeah, I see that. I've been doing this for a long time. Long time. Talked with hundreds of kids, hundreds of parents, families, even coworkers and people from businesses and all kinds of things. Everybody's dealing with something. They are. They really are. And when you look at somebody and you think, oh, they got it perfect, like nothing's going wrong in their life, it's all sunshine and rainbows for them. They got stuff going on. Everybody does. Everybody has challenges, everybody has difficulties, and everybody has some battle that they're fighting that just we don't see. Some people are better at hiding it than others. Some people are better at coping. And some people you can definitely tell. But the fact is that everybody is going or has been going through it at some point. And so just that's my first thought of the day, is that the more people I talk to, it just seems, like you gain a better understanding for how important it is just to be kind to people. Because your kindness, your smile, your casual conversation or something can make a huge difference in somebody's life. Even if you think it's just a little deal, it could be a big, big deal for that person. It could be, the thing that gets them out of the funk, the thing that turns their day around, which then turns their week around and helps them have a better year or whatever. It may be the thing that changes their mind about themselves. Like maybe I am, worth the time and attention that this person's putting into me. The possibilities are endless, but the point is do your best to be kind to people and get to know people. Get to know people. That's been a real thing for me because I'm very introverted, and for anybody who knows what that means, that despite what you see on the outside, despite this guy who's always jabbering, I typically prefer to be alone in a quiet place by myself. That's my preference. That's the way I unwind. That's the way I recharge. That's my preference. I like to be alone. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of us are introverted, and a lot of us have just a good a time sitting at home or taking a walk in the woods or something than we would partying with our favorite friends and family. It is what it is. I'm an introvert, but I'm an extrovert when I need to, as you guys can probably tell. But everybody's got their own style, and get to know them is my point, and my challenge to you is really get to know people, because it's worth it to understand people, to understand the way they communicate, the way their comfort level in sharing details about themselves, the way they deal with pain and stress and all of that, and what brings them joy. It really does help, and it really helps you also, because it stresses the importance of connection with other people and the power of that connection. And if you're one of those people like me who have a difficult time making connection with other people because of whatever, make it a challenge to yourself and find out, how does that feel? I mean, and if it's something that you can do without, then hey, that's you do you, right? Whatever makes you happy, whatever fills your cup, that's what it is. But there is some quality results, I think, in connecting with other people. But the most important thing to do, I think, before you get to that point, is to get to know yourself. And that's been a lifelong, and that should be probably a lifelong journey. Getting to know you should be something that you're constantly trying to figure out, because you change, your perceptions, your attitude, your beliefs, they shift, right? The things that bring you joy, the things that make you mad or stressed, that changes. Certainly when you find a significant other, if that's the case, if you have children, if that's the case, and other life events, that will change your views and the way you feel about things. So always be trying to be very mindful of who you are and where you're at, as far as, what you can handle, and when you need to take a break, and when you need to tell somebody and be open, like, hey, I'm struggling, and when you need to lean on people, right? It's okay. And sometimes you might even be confused as far as what words to use as far as the feelings that you're feeling. That's okay. As long as are able to identify within yourself that, now's not a good time and to deal with this conflict right now. I'm not going to say the right things. It's just not going to be useful. I'm gonna fly off the handle, or I'm gonna forget to say some things. I need some time. If you communicate that stuff, man, people will listen to you. And I've had to learn that over time for myself a lot. And I'm still learning about myself. I've been through. I got 4 kids, and if you ask my 19-year-old, he will talk about some of the things that he and I have talked about and the mistakes that I've made, because I've told him I didn't know any better, man. You were the first one. I was trying my best. I did the best with what I had, and sometimes that's the case for all of us. We do the best with the information we have, and then we find out later that was all wrong. So what can we do? We do better next time because now we've learned. So always, always, always be working on getting to know yourself. It sounds funny, right? Because I know me. Of course I know me. I've been me my whole life. But do you? Do you really? Are you honest with yourself? Are you critical of yourself in areas that you need to be critical? Are you overly critical of yourself and don't give yourself credit for being the wonderful person that you are in many regards? Do you have things to learn, or do you know it all? Do you work well with others? Are you a help to others? Are you an encouragement, a motivation, a support? Do you know you? And if not, get to know you. It's okay. It's okay to say, I don't really know who I am. Especially at your age where, a lot of us didn't. Most of us didn't. I know I didn't. I wasn't even close. I had no idea who I was, what I wanted to be, where I wanted to be, how I was going to get there. Nothing. No answers. But I didn't really have anybody pushing me to find out. I'm pushing you. Get to know yourself. It's okay. It's hard sometimes because getting to know yourself is challenging. And getting to know the parts that you might not necessarily think are great parts about you, that's hard. It's tough news to accept. But it's okay, because then what do? We get to learn about ourselves. We get to identify some of the patterns that we've shaped for ourselves. You guys see me doing the circular motion because you know what's coming, right? What do we do? What do we do with those unhealthy behaviors, the bad decisions, the bad relationships? We break that cycle because we're cycle breakers. Good luck, guys, with all of that, because I'm in that fight with you. I always will be. We're cycle breakers, baby.